So, does everything work? Yes, it does. Alright, gonna move that a little bit closer, I suppose. And then... Alright. Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, whatever time zone in the world you all are. It's your Blue Archive Gacha Whale, immer miss me fish, beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy, Tosan Yu. Welcome to the art stream. For today, I will be drawing fan art. Not of VTubers like I usually do, like every week. But this time, you know, since I've already done my homework of like doing one VTuber fan art one time in a week, I wanted to draw like something from a video game, which is like called Lilies indie game. And I completed the game last week. Like in the same week I kind of like did off stream also like the other ending, collected like all the items, and then yeah, pretty much. And took like about, I don't know, like under 24 hours to like do everything. Like usually max level was like not hard, like 20 minutes or so, 10 minutes. But yeah, in any case, I really enjoyed the game. I liked the setting. I liked how the art design was, you know, like music, the visuals, animations, the art style itself, and the story and the characters. It is like really, it takes itself very seriously, and there's like not much room for comedy, you must like say. And if you look at my art style, it is like somewhat you know. But I'm not like sure if I'm gonna draw in this style. Maybe like for Lily, for unrelated, maybe I'm gonna draw him badass. I'm not sure, to be honest, but yeah, let's like see. I just woke up like 1 hour ago. I'm a little bit groggy. I ate like something. I drank some warm milk, some hot tea, but I still have to get into the thing. And probably I have like to do some adjustments with like the canvas size and everything, since usually it's pretty small, the canvas size I use, since I always check through the chibi art. But now if I draw like something badass, I suppose it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Gotta like see what I can do. For now, I think I'm gonna do something of a wider canvas. And maybe change it later if I feel like, yeah, maybe not quite. So this will like be me trying to draw something I'm not quite familiar with, I suppose. And then I will yap during this kind of progress. I need to do it wider. Usually I have like estimate on like how long my streams usually take. So like if I do like the chibi thing, okay, 2 hours like average, you know. At the fastest time I'm like in 90 minutes done. It like if it's like, how you say, if I take longer, maybe about 3 hours, you know. But with this one here, I'm gonna draw like the Umbral Knight and Lily, I think. Like that there's like a contrast between light and dark. Not sure like about color, if I'm gonna do something there. But let's see. Not sure like if my art can make it justice. It has been like a long time since I like drew anything other than like chibi. But I have like the habit on like drawing detailed and dirty, so maybe sometimes if I do sketches, and then yeah, it shows. How about this? So my idea is like something that Umbernight is like this and has like his swords out. This kind of stance. And behind him, so like, you know, if we take like the picture like that, is Lily or so. And then he has like everything dark, and around Lily it's like pretty bright, something like that. Pretty basic, and then and there lilies or so. I could also like go a little bit farther with like the blade, not like sure. That is like the rough outline. But also like gonna look at sword stances. I did like look into Hema, but man, I have to like look at stuff again. Maybe looking at the old Middle Ages like scriptures, you know, like with their sword stances. Sword stances Hema. Hema long sword stances. Let's look at that. Yeah, there is like something. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit hard to translate. So like a lot of like those Google image search, if you look like after sword stance, are like from the side view or like from the front. But I want like to have him, you know, like that he shows his back. That he's like not looking at the camera or so. Like translating like a front stance to like a, you know, like that you look turn the camera behind. It's like probably what I will do is like making it smaller. If I do it bigger, I have a lot of more difficulties. So he looks like this. Like I'm imitating the pose for now. Alright, like this. Elbows around here. And the other arm is like this or so. Did like a little bit of gesture draw along in the past of Ina. Okay. Something like this, but the blade faces downwards. Slightly downward angled. Your posture is a little bit diagonal. The posture is a little bit diagonal. You put like one foot forwards, the other foot backwards or so. I can't translate it properly. Probably need to take a photo of myself and then try to... So let's do a... let's copy the pose for now from the reference. Maybe I can understand it if I do it like this way. The blade is like this, there's like the handguard, like that. The stance is like this. Yeah, one foot is there, the other foot is like up, like leaned like this way. So like the pose is like this. Kind of. Oh, I see. I have to angle that more upwards. So like when I do art streams, and let's say I'm logged in, determined on like finding out the solution, I do like to, comment like mostly on like what I do. It's like a lot more art talk, and if you just like one of the people, you know, who go like to art gallery and be like, humu, yeah, I understand, and now is that so? Then yeah. And just like there for the sightseeing, like doing photos, then it's like not really understandable. It's just like, oh look at that, it's a Mona Lisa or so. Like when I was like younger, and went like to those museums, you know, like with the school group, or you know, it was not really interesting for me to look at that stuff. I was more interested in cartoons, this kind of art style entertainment. Oh gosh. Oh, there's some better poses. HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts. Can I get a bigger image of that? So there are like some photos. Yeah, I think like the stance is like roughly like this. Like this. Like the energy of the pose should like feel right to me. Umbrella is like pretty chill. I feel like few moments of like weaknesses. It wasn't like when he kind of like wanted to like end all of this pain, you know, also. Considering on like taking the life of like a young girl. Like if you're at this part of the story. I assume like that most people like know, I don't know like really, but it's like in a Lily spoiler I suppose. Like if you don't know too much about like what's going on in this game. But just like a badass looking knight. Then he has like a long cape and everything. Gonna like think how to translate that. In the grimy armor. And then I would place Lily behind him. Or like, you know. If I could only make it three-dimensional, kind of. Like turn it around, like look from what angle it looks like better. But to be honest, it's like kind of impossible like to translate your scribble into like a 3D. It takes like a lot of time, and I don't really have the time. Maybe I do like something, maybe, no, like cheat a little bit, that I do like something smaller rather than bigger. Like something like this. It's like 1 hit, 2 hits. Let's imagine this goes a little bit smaller, so it's gonna be like around here. Maybe we're gonna turn this around, I'm not sure. Like not really like sure, you know. Usually I have like an estimate on like how long my upstreams will be. But for this one I'm not like quite sure. Maybe I'm gonna try like one more fan art, you know. Like a little bit more on the cuter side rather than like cute and as a badass and cute, you know. We're gonna like look, you know, what I can like do. It has been like a long time since I like drew like anything other than chibi, but Lily is cute, you know, so maybe it may work, you know. There's like one big ass knight, and then on their shoulder is like Lily or so. Like depending on like what I can do there. I'm gonna write this for now. This is not going to be deleted, but maybe gonna keep that. Not like sure. Duh. Sure, she looked downwards, or should she keep her posture straight? I think like she should keep her posture straight. Slightly forward bending. Okay, yeah. Just like woke up a few moments ago. I did eat like something, I did drink something, but at the same time, before like started the stream, I was playing Imamisimi and I did like Taurus Cup. So this usually like when I stream I'm like pretty punctual, but this time kind of like took a few more minutes of a delay since I was like on my last Taurus Cup round, and yeah. There's like something of a champions meet going on there, like like an event and limit time event, and so I wanted to like play that, you know. So it took like a little bit longer there. And did I won? Yeah, I did. It's like it was like a lot better than I like expected it to like work out. But before I like kind of like went in, I informed myself on like various media sports, you know. There was like one JP player who like helped out with like Open Created League, so this one with B rank or lower, you know, and was a lot of user info. But I also did like some test runs and like some room matches, you know, and I got like buddied, but I was like no, I'm not loser, I can do better, you know, I'm gonna do again, you know, go again, get good. But I kind of like got humbled, you know, be like, okay, they were like pretty good. What does their loadout look like, you know? If you were like in a room match, you can actually like save, you know, the run and look at the other runners, see what their build is like, what skills they have, and what's career, you know, like career info, like what parents, what support cards they use, you know. And it looks like really copyable. And when I saw like one day later like the JP player, you know, who were like giving advice on like open created champion speed for Taurus Cup, there were like a lot of, you know, things that aligned with what I copied. And yeah, I have like one ace runner with Silent Suzuka as a front runner, then with the JP guy's help. I didn't like ask him for it, but I just like look at the answers he already has given, and you know, like some references, and it's like pretty much that yeah, that there's a kind of a baseline. But at the same time, some characters don't need as many skills. It's just like, oh, give them a raw stats, you know. This can help them if you like miss out on like some like power skills. I think like it's acceleration, you know, which helps you like reach your top speed, something like that, right? You can get away with low power if you have like acceleration skills, something like that. Like corner acceleration or like acceleration on last spurt, things like that. I'm gonna hide that again. Like I'm not quite sure if the pose was like to my satisfaction. Same time, let's see, canvas. Looks like this. 1, 2, 3. I suppose the girl's like pretty small compared to like Umbral Knight. At the same time, can adjust it later on. With Chibi, I have a kind of idea like what I gonna do. Like something dumb and derpy. With like VTubers it's kind of easy, since there's like a real person behind it. But for this game, Lily is pretty silent. There's like one part where she shyly was not silent, you know, where she actually spoke. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna like choose a different layout with the canvas. So like something like that, and then height is like this also. And then gonna center this a little bit more. Same time not. Gonna move like the other thing upwards, so this one here. Probably will make it bigger later on. But yeah, because sometimes if a character like speaks up, you know, shares their stories, you can like make a idea like about them being a human and like being like dumb and funny and something, you know. But she doesn't speak that much, you know, but the thing that like makes up for it is like her actions, you know, actions speak louder than words, and it like, and from her actions, like you were like able to like that more or less like put a finger on like what kind of person she is. And I must like say, I really like her character. I really like her character. She has the power to purify people. Like, in the setting is like that there's like a rain of death befalling onto the kingdom. And this turns like everyone to like some kind of zombies, you know, like infection. It's like, in this case, like the Blighted. And the Blight is also able to transform those people, you know, and make them like to some monsters, you know. But while they gain power and turn to those monstrosities, their mind is like still clear, but they lose control of their body. And while their mind is clear and they lose control of their body, they go like through a lot of pain. And it's like a thing that feeds onto their mind, you know? Until their mind dies, the body is still like this monstrosity, kind of. So it's like a really big toll they take on upon themselves. And they're like undead as well, so if they get slayed, they will stand up again or so. So it's like not easy to like end their suffering, you know, at all. But the priestesses like in this game, like Lily, has like the ability to purify them, like free them from their pain. Like give their mind finally a rest so they can like pass on, you know. So they will, you know, die. Like for real, you know. But when she like purifies those people, you know, that turn like into those monstrosities, thanks to the Blighted, she takes their pain on herself. For the most part, like when they're like any kind of opponents, enemies, you know, it's like this kind of thing. Then she can like gain ability, like see their memories, and then takes all that pain into herself. And when this happens, she loses like one part of innocence, purity or so. So it's this. It changes like a look in her. It's like a visual kind of change, you know, where like the white, pure, innocent kind of image of a young girl is like more and more turning to a monster. But while like the visuals are like that, she herself is not affected by it, you know? Like the mind stays clear, but she also has control over her body. But she takes all the pain on herself. And not only like from those immortal knights kind of characters that are like really powerful kind of beings, you know? She also did it like with like some empty husk, you know, those who are not dangerous, those who don't move anymore. But she still is like deciding to like free them from their pain, even if it means like that she herself takes the pain on herself. And it really like shows like what kind of character she is. She's like really kind, despite being such a young girl who just like woke up a few very like recently, you know. And I do think she deserves better. At the very least, there's the Umbra Knight always on her side, by her side, and protecting her. I think like if I draw the hair, it's gonna be like a little bit shoo. Kind of play a little bit around since it's like long hair. It's gonna be a little bit complicated. I'm not like sure if I'm gonna draw like some part of blight on her body, you know. We're gonna like see regarding that. She's also like something like this here. I can like let it flutter around. Gonna play a little bit with the effects. And then with the Umbra Knight, gosh. Like something cool and badass, right? Like some kind of sword pose, like based on like HEMA instruction books in the Middle Ages. But at the same time, it's like not a 1-by-1 copy. For the most part, all those things are like shown in the front perspective. And then I have to like kind of like cook that it's like, looks like it's like, yeah. Damn this show. There's long hair, so I can play a little bit around with that. But yeah, that's like the rough sketch for now. I probably have to like to do a lot more here. Probably it's like work with some vignettes or so, not sure, like something. Like background wise I have like to do something. Or I'm gonna like put that aside and then draw just like a big face of like Umbra Knight there. Like something in the shadow, something in the background, you know, like a little bit like more of see-through. I don't know. Also, which is like a lot darker. Also, not like sure. Or like him being a fighting stance, but maybe like gonna draw like a different fighting stance. Would also do that. This usual one, I have to hide that one. This usual one is like, I don't know. It's like where he holds the blade like, I don't know, like this or so. Is that really? Yeah, let's copy just the pose for now, and then let's like see what is better. Well, it reminds me of the old times when I like drew back in the days. When I had like to cook something up with like those human anatomy poses, you know, like not chibi, but like human anatomy. I'd like to experiment a lot until it looked like what looks like alright. And gesture draw-alongs are like pretty useful there to like see, okay, what energy is like more fitting, you know, like capturing the energy of the pose, kind of. And if you like do a lot of those, you can kind of like this see it like more clearly regarding the energy of the poses. Okay, the elbow is a little bit higher. Something like that. But armor type characters, I think like I've never drawn that. This will be like the first for me, but I will do my best. I think I do like the Umbral Knight. And then let's see, regarding this one. And then making this one a little more see-through. Yeah, I think like the other thing that I like drew might be better. But then you can't see his face. And also I have to make sure this one is standing a little bit more out. But then you can't see him swing his sword, you don't see the blade. Just like a part of him. Well, it doesn't really matter that much. You could just like draw him like with not the drawn weapon, you know? Like where he's like in a stance, but he's just standing behind her. But the face, the back face towards us. Let's do that, I suppose. So nothing like that. I can erase the drawing. I'm gonna draw Umbral Knight, but bigger. It's gonna be... gonna do it like this. We can't see his face from here. We're gonna do true drawings with no color for now. I'm not like sure how long the stream will be, but let's say I think like about 3 hours. I'm like ready to do. I'm like ready to do 2 to 3 hours. Okay, let's try something there. This is like the first sketch for now. I'm gonna keep it like that. Let's save that. I'm gonna start for second one. Let's see like afterwards, you know. Let's one step at a time, I would say. One at a time. Well, let's see. For now, let's try to draw a lily. I'm gonna do one more extra folder. Gosh, I can't aim. Let's gonna name the folder. Oh gosh. Let's look at the reference of like Lily for now. Regarding the Umbral Knight, gonna make it like more see-through. And this one, more see-through. And let's see. I think I'm lazy to draw the eyes. I suppose. And now I draw the hands for now. Yeah. Okay, the praying. The thing with hands. Well, then a prayer form. This is complicated. Just a little bit of a trick, but at the same time not really. I think like I knew like back in the days, but now I forgot like how it actually works. Man, it has been ages since I drew like this. I feel like it has been ages. It's been like about 1 year or so. 12 months. Maybe longer, I don't know. But I can't really recall drawing like differently. Maybe like some whips, you know, like I haven't finished. Unfinished whips. And also I'm gonna draw like roughly... I'm gonna draw roughly for now. If I feel like it looks good, then... maybe I'm gonna color it at some point. For now, like, let's see like if I can capture the energy of like Ender Lilies, you know? Like with my rusty art style. But to be honest, I do like drawing like this. It's just like more difficult. But because it's a difficult thing, but something I used to like to do, you know, there's like something of enjoyment. It's like an old toy you have like played with back in the days. But you know, you're not rusty, you don't like know everything, but you used to like it, you know, there's nostalgia, there's like good memories, and it's like, yeah, you know, good vibes. Well, at the same time, you know, I will put a lot of effort into this artwork, into this fan art, but I do think it will not get much attention, you know. Like my chibi art is getting more attention, which is like taking a lot less effort. It still takes effort, but it's like less effort than this one. And then, yeah, what do you like more? Oh, I like the cute artwork. And then it's like, yeah, of course, of course you like it. It's like the derpy energy, you know. I hired this creature to look at you, to stare at you. But yeah, I will like still continue trying like in this simplistic style. Like for this stream, I'm not actually sure, but maybe I'm gonna create something, you know, as a omake, as an extra, as a bonus. Just because, you know, I think like Inner Lilies can have like some of its derpy moment like after story, you know, like. But to be honest, there were like a lot of cute moments. It's just like not really addressed, you know. It's just like the visual thing. Like I find it sometimes like cute, you know, like when there's like the mantis claw, wall cling, you know, from Ulf, that she's like, you know, there's this little girl holding onto him, or like he's like making sure she doesn't fall. Then if there's the crown pound from Jarrod, you know, she's like grabbing onto him. Or if Julius is like charging forward with his lance, that she's also grabbing hold onto him, and while it like does happen, she's like flying more or less, like she, like, you know, her body like from a vertical kind of stance goes like more horizontal, you know, like if you know, if you grab like a car and just starts, you know, like starts driving, then your body also is like sent a horizontal like kind of pose, you know, like stance. Like you don't stand anymore, but you're like flying, but you like still grab hold onto something. And I kind of like seeing that, you know, like this kind of interactions there. It's pretty cute. I think I can draw like something like that in the chibi form. But at the same time, you know, like when she summons like one of the stands, you know, like she's a multi-stat user more or less, and they perform an attack, she's like flinching more or less, you know, like making sure she doesn't get hit. Not sure like if you call it flinching, but you know, if people like flinch, they have like reactive, defensive like instincts that they like hold their arms upwards to like protect their face, you know, something like that. And there's like for all hits with Umbral Knights, or like for all hits of like the spirits, like a different pose. I didn't like pay much attention to it, but maybe I'm gonna look like more at it once I like look at like gameplay again. And maybe this will inspire me to draw more. I don't know. But I also have to like play Inner Magnolia. This count came out recently, 35% or so. So I think like I can play it like soon. Maybe next week, not sure. But there's also karaoke I have like to do, so let's see. Yep, okay. The hands are drawn. This is the face. I'm gonna maybe like draw a teardrop also onto her face. She is like a really kind person. I imagine. And there are lilies. I have to look at the expression that Myth 40 Sensei has drawn in the promotional artworks. Myth 40 Sensei. She is crying. I have to zoom in. Yeah. And then, let's see. How do I draw her hair and everything? Tear, hand, wrist. Alright, let's see. Maybe like my dirty and detailed artwork is gonna shine. Like my detail, the detail I'm gonna put in. Da 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 da. And maybe if I feel like it, I'm gonna put in some plight onto her body. Kinda like breaks my heart. In the beginning, she is like a pure, innocent girl, but she loses that as like the journey is like going on. In a lot of like eroge, it's like in a sense that they get corrupted with like the themes of like, okay, this is an adult game, right? But this game is a lot more feminine, you know, in its approaches. Where like losing purity, losing innocence is like something more serious. And like the usual doujinshi tropes. And as Yeah, I'm called Tosan, right? I just gave myself the name because, oh, this sounds nice. But it means like dad, you know? And it kind of like awakens like those fatherly instincts in me, you know, the Tosan instincts. It's just like, it breaks my heart, you know? And I think she deserves better. Man, I can't draw beautiful faces, I think. More or less. But while I'm like derpy and everything, you know, they have like kind of my flaws. I do take it like seriously, you know, when I have like to draw someone not derpy. I think like it's kind of like interesting, you know, like Toho Dojin circles like Yoshi's, you know, they were like responsible for Shirano's perfect math class, and you know, and which is like kind of bang on. There are like things like Alice lost a precious thing, you know, but they're actually able to like lock in and be serious, you know. Like when there's like music with like this thematic of like pain and like separation, like lost, you know, losing something important, and then creating music based on those emotions, you know. They can do that. They're amazing. And it does like awaken some emotions in me. Of like, not joy or like, haha, funny, it's like, really like sad. Like the one moment they finally log in. And it's like surprising, for example, like in those comedy kind of type of series, you know, we've always been like there for the laughs and like lols. When they finally turn serious, you know, that you see the beloved characters like draw blood, or, you know, and be defeated, whatever. It's just like a Nichijou slice of life when like one day the Fire Nation attacks and it's just like, you know, like Attack on Titan, whatever. And yeah, it's like, ugh. And this girl sacrifices herself for the greater good. Really kind. She deserves a lot better. Well, there's also like the kind of sacrifice in like games like Hollow Knight. When I kind of like look at the thematics, you know, and like what it means like sacrificing yourself. And this one game and the other game, you must like say that the vibe is like really different. It's like not quite as the same. While the gameplay is like a lot more enjoyable in Hollow Knight, I must like say, as a Smash player, I didn't really hate it for like in the Lilies. It's still good. And the focus was not really gameplay, but like, you know, trying to make a good game, trying to tell a story, you know. What hatred can like bring into the world. I look into a lot of lore videos and I kind of like understand like a lot better now. Like things I like saw, I kind of interpreted like wrongly, but in some parts I was like right, you know. And it's like surprisingly deep. Like at what I could like tell at first glance. There's environmental storytelling as well. Sometimes they're like, I don't know, threadier. I always said like freeshier, but Fredia. She's like a painter or something. She has this kind of hobby, and sometimes like paintings would be like somewhere in the background, but I kind of like ignored it, you know, or like thought it was like, oh, just a random picture, you know. Oh, this looks nice. Who's that? They're handsome, or something like that. But yeah, looking at those kind of videos and so on, that are like exploring the meta a little more deeper, it does make me appreciate this game a lot more, like in the Lilies a lot more. Ach, wer da ist Doppelfair her? It's very fluffy. I think like around here or so. Do I know my shit about anatomy? A little bit, you know. I can make it like enough so that it doesn't look out of balance. Let me see. I'd like to make sure if like the size is good enough. Let's make it like slightly bigger. Bring it closer to the face. And I should actually do like speed painting, like the timeline thingy. I don't know how this works. So I just do the stream, you know. This works too, right? If like commentary a little bit here and there, me talking like randomly about some stuff. Ah yeah, you can't like see her amulet like this way really. Well, doesn't really matter that much. I think like it looks like it's more purer if I don't draw it. Like to be honest, like I do understand when like the girls, they do like accessories, you know? Like some rings, some necklace, you know? Earrings, this kind of luxury. But to be honest, it's really distracting to me. I want to look at you, the girl, or you know, whatever, you know? Not necessarily at some kind of object. While some objects have like symbolism in there, you know? I want to look at her face a little bit more, not at some kind of stupid, okay, I say like stupid, you know, but back in the days I really felt like that. Nowadays I don't much more, but it's kind of like the sentiment, like, no distractions please, or like the raw you or something like that. Okay, makeup is maybe like, it's like one thing I can look away, you know, like maybe like, okay, you look better with makeup, you know, something like that. Man, it's gonna really be like something I call like Rakugaki later on. While the stream is like 1 hour in, like the drawing itself is like not, or like the sketch is not like drawn in 1 hour. It's like a lot of like collection of like sketching, coming up with the right combination, and I'm still like not done. Hello 8. Welcome to the art stream. I'm drawing fan art of the indie game Inner Lilies. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see? Why not long time no see? It has been like only 2-3 weeks or so. I don't think it's a long time, but I suppose, yeah, you can like say it has been a long time. Hello, hello, how you doing? Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Okay. I just bought the game, can't wait to play it. What game? But in any case, congrats. Hope you're gonna have fun with that. I saw like Inner Lilies, no, not Inner Lilies, Inner Magnolia, the sequel, had like a discount like one day after like I finished Inner Lilies, and I was like, yo, you know, because I was like, kind of like talking about, yeah, I'm looking forward to play Inner Magnolias, but maybe not gonna stream it directly afterwards, like 1 week or so, because I have to wait. I'm gonna wait for a discount because I'm a poor boy or something like that. And then, whoop, 1 day later, discount. 35% discount or so. On a 25 euro kind of product, it went like down to 19 euros or so. What, I'm not sure like if this was like right, 25 or like 17, not sure really. But both games, what I like heard that Inner Magnolias has like a lot better gameplay. And for people who are like waiting for Silksong, no problem, we have like those games. Those are beautiful, they're like well made. And then it's like, yeah, let's go. And early this Shovel Knight, let's go. Shovel Knight is like difficult, I think. And early is most easy, I must like say. And early is like pretty easy. As someone who's like plays Smash. For some people it's like more difficult, I suppose. But it's like from gamer to gamer like different. But the game is like well made. My goat Myth40, like the artist, worked on this game. Inspired their game even, like with its stunning artwork, you know, and like the concept, and then like Millie, the musical artist, you know, the music there. It's pretty nice. Of Shovel Knight I always like heard. But that's like not. But it's not like Jump King, right? Jump King is like the Rage game. But I think like they are like from the same developer, or maybe a similar one, you know? What is a similar one, right? What is a similar one? They're either like the same person or like not the same person, right? There's like no similar also. But it felt like similar, like when I look at the graphics of like Jump King and then like Shovel Knight. It has been a long time since I draw like that. Jump King is too hard for me, yeah. It takes a lot of patience. And there are like a lot of different angles you can like jump into. They're like wall bounce or so. You have like a charge jump or something, and then depending on like how you charge it, you like jump like a certain distance. I'd rather watch people play Jump King. This is a good way on like enjoying a game without playing it, you know? Like sometimes I also like rather watch than like play it myself. It's a good meta strategy. What's strategy? Strategy is like the war of art, right? But it's like a good way on like not making yourself angry, making yourself suffer, but at least you can like still, you know, see what's up by seeing other people's reactions, you know? How do I do this? Something like this? Yeah. Let's not make it symmetric. Let's make it asymmetric. Like how it flies. And then here, something like this. Yeah. I don't know if it makes sense. I'm like just trying things out. I know. It's been a long time since I like did that. But this girl is beautiful. And if you like put her next to like the Umbral Knight, like a grim, dark looking knight, it looks like a lot more cuter. I'm gonna draw him there. I'm not really sure if you can see it. Like I'm looking at OBS, it's like kind of like see-through, like in the background. I'm drawing like the knight too. Maybe I'm gonna do one more. For now, this will be no color. I'm just gonna like see if I get the concept like done. And then yeah. If I'm gonna apply color, man, I only like know to color like in a chibi kind of way. Like, and this will look at most like okay, but not like amazing or so. But sometimes, you know, if I really like a certain character, franchise, I kind of like want to make it like more special. But I don't like, I do have my limitations on like doing so. It's just a dilemma for me. And while looking at the reference, I do like go a little bit overboard. Like sometimes some things I like draw bigger, some things like smaller. Some like boobs, for example. But for here, I'm gonna like make sure it's like fair. It's like close to the original, but at the same time, you know, make things like looking better. Like when character has long hair, you can play it around, like, you know. Like let it flutter in the wind, or so, like let it rise into the air. It's pretty beautiful. I can't do that much with like chibi art, you know, it's like pretty simplistic. But it looks like nice already, I think. Just like the concept. And then, oh, I can't wait for it to be finished, hahaha. How it would look like in the end. Sugoi desu. Sugoi desho. But yeah, this is like where my time is like going into. I'm like not molding too much into Blue Archive right now. Or like, you know, they did might go dirty. You can like one punch it, you know, like one team. It's like, I rather like do something different, you know. Like I used up too much time to like just get a higher score on like purple, like with Midori. She has the crit, and then it's like, nah, I rather, you know. It took like 1 hour to like get a better score, but man. But some people, they do be like me back in the days and take like a lot more seriously, you know, and then it's also like fine. I'm not like judging people. It has like very my respect because you invest so much time into like doing something that would be like, oh no, this is too much for me now. And there's a good chance I can't like get rank 1. I rather like use the time to like create something more beautiful rather than like something selfish. But at the same time, it's also selfish what I do, like drawing in the Lilies Fanart. But there's like not enough fan art there. And like just in 2025, like recently, there's been a lot of boom with like fan art because Ender Magnolia, I suppose. And then, oh, there's Ender Magnolia, then I have to play Ender Lilies, and then, holy crap, the game is beautiful. But once you go into Ender Magnolia, it's a lot better of a game, at least what a lot of people like say. It's a better game than Ender Lilies, but Ender Lilies is still good. They still like Ender Lilies. It's this kind of dark fantasy vibe, you know. While Ender Magnolia is like a little more futuristic with homunculi also, and tech gears and so. While this is like more dark fantasy, middle age, but not really middle age because they're like gramophones. And gramophones are like more modern or so. But you get what I mean, maybe. Like if you think about Berserk, it's like kind of like that. Okay, not bad. Not too bad though. Now I need to try the Umbrel Knight. Do I do a different layer? No, let's do it like in the same folder. I'm gonna empty my tank for now. Give me a moment.